in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
A very good morning to you guys. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning to the rest of the world. My name is Daddy Chris. I am reaching you from SRTV desk in London. Sometimes we're using the name SRTV and ART. They are one and the same company. But right now, this broadcast is under the platform of the African Renaissance Television. This is Rise and Shine, a show where we talk to us about ourselves on how we can make Nigeria better. It's a good morning show, and sometimes we take a look at the newspapers when they are not annoying us. You know, sometimes because Nigerian newspaper these days, the front covers is only advert. But now they've improved. I've seen today's daily is looking quite good, and I can see Asaba is already ready to join me, and I'm sure Abuja will be joining me as well. Well, today, as you know, is the 11th of July, 2025, and just round the corner, I just want to let you know that Nigerian Week 2024 is here to stay. And before I do anything, let me bring Asaba in. Then we're going to look at some of the content that I'll be showing on that very day. And I'm quite excited. Let's hear from Asaba first.
Yes, very good
Asaba.
morning.
One of my Benin friends said the word Asaba, it means it's a Benin word. Asaba. Wow. Everybody will interpret that as a word. Those of you in Asaba, how are you doing?
We're fine this morning.
We are doing well.
Yes, you guys are glowing. Nice to see this face. You see?
Thank you.
Every this is your face, they color TV, the color TV. We need to manage
White and black. Color TV. This one is black and white.
I don't
Picnic
understand.
and Milo, we make tea.
Color TV. Now that's what they call color TV. Where color TV they say hello. You know, so when find girl like a new device, you know what I say. Color TV, wait now. Salute, you know. Anyway, you're welcome to the morning show. And like I was just saying that we want to spend this morning to look at some of the things we have loaded up this morning. And one of them really is the movie that will be showing at this Moonlight Film Festival on the 24th. The 24th is so packed that I'm so excited, and I want to share some things with you guys. It's so packed. You know, on the meaning of that day, we're going to have some wonderful presentation. One, Zebejiro of all time will be here to talk to us about the evolution of Nollywood to date and where they're going. Meaning he's going to tell us where Nollywood is coming from, where they are, and where they see themselves in the future. It's going to be exciting. That is going to open the day. Of course, it's not going to open like that. It's Nigerian Week. So the DG of the National Orientation Agency will be here to talk to us about why Nigeria is actually the giant of Africa. When people talk about Nigeria, sometimes we look down on this great nation. This is the biggest black nation on earth. What do we represent? What does it mean to us and to the rest of the world? And how it can be used to project a better future for the black race and for the world at large. That's what he's going to try and do on that very day. And I can't wait to listen to him. He's all the way already getting ready to fly into London. And immediately finish that, we're still in Nigerian cycle. We're going to have a wonderful presentation on regulations. You know, most of us are broadcasting today. Have you ever asked yourself, what are the regulations, that are, if I want to have a TV station in Nigeria, what do I do? The DG of the National Broadcasting Commission will also be in London to talk to us on broadcasting regulations in Nigeria. The things you need to do. So sometimes it's not that magic. Lack of information, and it's going to brief us why it's trying to do. We're selling the brand Nigeria to the rest of the world. Then on the British part, many of you don't know. Sometimes when our people come to film in London, I did this intentionally. They run around. They are running from the police when they should be paid for what they're doing. So I'm bringing in Film London to come and talk to them on filming in London. I'm going to use Film London in this case. If you want to film in London, the things you need to do, the opportunities are available for you so you can exploit it. You don't need to run away. I'm still talking about the creative sector. Then after that, we're bringing in the British Film Institute. Just in case, I can't talk details about that. That one is too sensitive. They're going to tell us about, it's only in Nigeria. That's why I said they're going to sit in the panel. Only in Nigeria, when you want to make a film, you go to your family to give you money. In the UK, go to the government, they give you money. You know why? Because there is a particular set, it is important to project the image of your country. Do you know that America happily or faithfully sold the language English to the rest of the world through movies? Many people speak English today because they watch American movies. And now the French are actually trying to promote their language by trying to speak. If you make a film in French, they will sponsor it immediately. But unfortunately, and no, I don't say it's unfortunate. It's only my tribe, I would say it's a little bit unfortunate. Though we are coming up. Not in Nollywood today, we have the Igbo films, the Yoruba films, the Hausa films. Hausa is actually very big. And do not underrate it. That's the only way your language is going to be sold to the rest of the world. Because that's what America have done. They have sold English to us. Sometimes the English we first learn to speak, sorry, it's a bad word that we use it. It's fuck you. And that word fuck you is an American slang in the movie. Most of them, when they come to Europe in those days, you see anybody that come to Europe, is in Germany, he's speaking, hey, I'm a Yankee. How can you be Yankee? You're in Germany. You don't speak English in Germany. The only thing you have been exposed to is you watch movies better when you are there. So, and I remember when we arrived in Belgium, Evelyn, that time you were still, I don't know, say you don't watch your body that time, said. You never know what you be. You understand? When I arrived in Belgium in 1992, you know what we were watching? It was this movie, Tony Montana, that was Scarface. It just came out. It was top of the blue. And we learned, it was exciting to be exposed to it properly. Like when I was in Nigeria. Because here you are more exposed to certain things. So what I'm saying is that movie is so important. It's so important. And please make films in your language as well. Anyway, Nigeria has also helped to sell English to the rest of the world because Nigeria cannot speak pidgin English. I always say our lingua franca should be pidgin. If you guys watch me, I intentionally speak pidgin more on this show. It's my language. How can you be ashamed of what you have? Who told you that the best way to talk on television is to speak the Queen's English? Are you stupid? Let me ask a question in Nigeria. Maybe that is the topic of today. I don't want to super stress it. How many people in Nigeria can understand correct grammar? And how many of us understand pidgin English? Give me the statistics.
Almost everybody understands pidgin, but I feel pidgin deeply comes from the Warri side because there are so many people that don't even know how to speak this pidgin we are talking about in Nigeria here. But it's widely spoken though.
Yeah, it's
Queen's English, yeah.
Yeah, colonial mentality told us it's a wrong English. Said, in fact, in those days, they will not even allow, they said don't speak vernacular in class. Don't speak your language. In fact, it's so stupid.
Because
why is the president not talking to us?
It's kind of rough.
Go on.
It's kind of rough when you're speaking it, it's full of this.
Well, that's what you've been taught. You see what this colonial mentality is.
English is a pidgin English rather. It's more like a lingua franca in Nigeria because there's one thing for sure. There's no language that is totally understandable by the people. The Americans, there's some people in America that still don't comprehend some kind of English. But however, moving forward, when we talk of pidgin here, I think when you go anywhere, when you can speak their local dialect, at least there must be somebody that can communicate with pidgin. Maybe in the north, like Evelyn said, where they don't speak pidgin much, there are people that communicate. Pidgin is our lingua franca in terms of commerce, in terms of communication, in terms of marriage. The truth is, English is just a predisposed language on us that enables us to have a standard, international standard. Now, let me make you understand. In Jamaica, they speak their own version of Pidgin English, and this is their lingua franca. I'm talking about Patois. Is that kind of Pidgin English. In Liberia, their Pidgin English is their lingua franca, their kind of Pidgin English. But here we have a mentality of copying. We copy democracy, we modified it to our own kind of negative democracy. We copied almost everything from Europe and America, but we didn't copy it right. Those people are indigenous people. They are, you can't allow people, just like you saying imposing our sound, everybody, or imposing, not everybody can understand us, not everybody can understand Yoruba, not everybody can understand Igbo, but everybody can understand Pidgin. So it enables for commerce, it enables for communication. Communication, there is a difference between talking and communication. Everybody can talk, but not everybody can communicate. Communication there must be a connectivity between the receiver of the information and the disseminator of the information. So I'm totally in agreement with the idea that Pidgin English should have been a lingua franca, because last, when the English, at times when you complain with people, even when policemen do interview, when a security agent do interview, they say, okay, it's like you're not understanding, let me go to Pidgin. The criminal would always understand Pidgin. In the marketplace, when you try to communicate, in North, for example, Banajin Al-Safa, Banajin English. But there's a way you speak the Pidgin. You must speak one or two. There must be somebody close to the market woman that will understand the Pidgin and communicate on your behalf. So I think Pidgin English should be standard lingua franca. English is just like dollar and naira. Pidgin English should be our naira. Why? English should be our dollar for international trade, as the case may be.
Thank you. I can't wait to agree with you guys. I wanted you guys to really say, man.
It has different levels in Nigeria.
Yes, it has different.
There's some kind of Pidgin that the Warri will speak. You won't even understand.
Well, yeah, the Delta, Rivers, even Rivers, they have their own kind of Pidgin too. But Warri Pidgin is unique. That is the standard bearer.
That is what brought comedy to Nigeria. Warri Pidgin brought comedy to Nigeria. Anyway, everybody, what I'm even worried about is, you know, maybe when I finish this topic, so many of them will start to think. I was watching your president. He was speaking, and he put his tongue so that he can speak the American phoneme. You know? So he'll be Yoruba man. You understand? It makes me laugh. And what about your governor? No verse, Now you near me pass. I go use it because when I see Asaba, I see you. You say you get street credibility. You can't even talk to your people in a language they will understand you. Who's told you to speak English that you don't even know how to speak? That is the insult on this is the biggest insult of the 21st century. We're not going to spend much time on that today. All right. But do you know that English is a tribe of a people here? Not the whole of United Kingdom. There's a particular people called the English people. They own England. England, it's only England that you speak English. It's their language. They are Asurobo be my language. That is their language. All right. Otherwise, the Scottish, they have their own language. The Welsh have their United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries. They are not all English people. But English dominates. And how did they manage to sell English to the rest of the world today? It's through movies. French is jealous. The French people, they are very jealous. That we speak more English. The world speaks more English than French. What about German? If you listen to Germany very well, German, you will see that actually English came from Germany. And we're not going to go into that history. But my pain is, whether we copy it or not, why don't we believe in our own? Why can't I communicate with Evelyn in Pidgin English? Who said if I speak Pidgin English, I am timid, I am primitive? Are you more educated than me? What is an education? Is it your ability to speak English or your rational thinking? Many of us are not rational in thinking, but we speak good English. And you are educated. If you are educated, why are you not being able to do anything for yourself? Now, you know the disadvantage. I always say to myself, Emily, when I marry any Ghana, I go teach her my language. At least he must speak pidgin English. You know why? If you both come and I want to say something to my wife, I know if you speak in tongue. But I can speak in tongue. There's nothing that we can hide from Oyibo anymore. Language is a natural gift from God. Given to you, do not allow your own to extinct. I won't stay much on that. Anyway, what I'm going to see, what I'm going to show on that day is if you come to film in London, or if you come to I was at the British Film Institute, they fund you for making film here. And one of the advantages of doing so is, I don't know whether my network is that bad today. One of the advantages of doing so is you have the opportunity to sell things in English. I will explain a lot when it comes to that film cycle as we move on this show today. So, and finally, everybody's going to sit down in a round table to discuss. For those of you who are filmmakers, I want to see more movie made in English. Actually, they sell more. You know the problem I have? One lecturer, one of our English lecturers in those days now, she said something I never forgot. He said the problem is you think in your first language and you try to speak in English. You know, when you think in Yoruba and you're trying to bring it out in English, you have a problem. Don't be yourself. Do you know that acting will be easier and better if we are speaking our language, pidgin, that we are comfortable with? So your problem is not trying to grab the language. You can even do it the way you want it. You can add phoneme, you can play with the language. But by the time you are trying to cram the lines, which you cannot deliver, acting becomes the most difficult thing. Those of them in acting, they know what I'm saying. But who is compelling you to make your film in English? You can subtitle it. Like I said, AI is going to do the traffic, going to do the magic in time. Evelyn, watch out what I said today. In time, at any film you have, any television you're watching in your home, you don't need to press English, and whatever language you're speaking, you're going to hear English. AI will do the translation automatically. Every home will be watching the same broadcast in different languages. AI have the capability to do it now. If they can pick my voice and repeat it, what is it that they cannot do? They've not brought it into television. That's why we are still stupid to think that the only way to make good film is in English language. We'll come to that. Anyway, I shouldn't be selling English. Then finally, I bring in the Middlesex University as part of this event. What are they going to do? There's some skill gap in Nigeria. Like I said, now I'm looking for a good editor in Asaba. We'll be looking. And there are a lot of people who are not employed. So some of them Nigeria still have a skill gap. I know we want to go to school to go and study English language, to go and study history, to go and speak big grammar. Good skill needed for life, for industries, they are lacking. And we need to correct that. So that is what the Middlesex University is going to do for those of you in the movie industry. First, they're going to give you long-term program, short courses, and medium courses for you to prepare yourself. Meaning you can pick up a camera and start to make a film with confidence and with a certificate that you know what you're doing. That's why they're coming, and they will do a lecture on the possibilities that are now available with us. So it's I'm just talking of one day in the event, the 24th of July. How many days from now? 13 days from today. Let me show you. Finally, on that evening, we're going to settle down and watch a beautiful movie. This time, we picked on a horror film. I am scared when I watch it myself. But it kind of depicts the culture which Mary and Evelyn kind of agree with mostly. So I want to share a clip of that film with you right away now. Don't go away. Stay with us. Let's watch the clip of this movie. Just the trailer. You know, you can watch it all here.
Angela is not who you think she is. She's a demon. Who dies first? All these years of living in fear of my return, you lied to mother night after night that I slept and returned home.
My little girl slept and slept into the underworld where she belonged.
Bring her around again.
Your time is ticking.
How about that? That is Nollywood. Nollywood for you. That will be the film we'll be watching on that beautiful evening. You can't afford to miss the 24th of July here in London. But it's like we have a great man again. The big man in the studio with us today. Kai, one of them. We have Asaba, it's ready. It's like what box is in the house. Let's see. Hello, Wobos. I like this your hairstyle. When I do this one, they go say, oh man, no, they do something. Do it here in UK. Sometimes when I call Nigeria, I go cut the hair where. How you doing?
I'm good. You know why I did this hairstyle?
It's like
recently?
my network, it's giving. Yeah.
Okay, can I come?
Go on, sir.
I had to split my hair just to uphold the fundamental provision, rights and provision that we all have a right to freedom of expression. Lately, we had the Delta State Police Command, and they made publication that indecent dressing by our girl child, that they are going to be arrested and fined the sum of 50,000 naira. Of which I know that I was part of the team that modified the violence against persons law in Nigeria at the FCT Abuja through the through the Action Aid International. I mean, alongside partnership with the British government, you know. So that was about 5-6 years ago. So I said, no, that is not the interpretation of Section 29, subsection 1 and 2 of the Violence Against Persons and Prohibition Law, the VAP law. So we had to start the campaign. We challenged it. We even had to call on the Delta State government, the Ministry of Justice, and the Delta State Police Command that we were going to court to challenge this misinterpretation of the VAP law. That our people, our girl child, our women, they have the right to express themselves the way they want. Even we have international instruments such as the African Charter on Human and People's Rights Act, Article 9, the United Nations Charter on Human Rights, Article 19. So that Nigeria is a signatory to these both charters, international instruments. So also in our constitution, Section 39 also gave provision for our people to express themselves the way they want. The only way that publication or enforcement of law against the gender can be upheld is when the boy child or girl child exposes their genitalia. That is the only circumstance when you can prosecute them criminally. But if a young lady decides to wear bomb shorts and a crop top, look, morality cannot be criminalized. In the year 1999, Olisa Kwakoba, SAN, sued the DSA to court that morality is not a crime. Yes, morally, it might go against your religion, it might go against your morality, but you cannot criminalize morality. So I say, okay, after everything, the Ministry of Justice took position with me. They had a publication, a press release, cautioning the Delta State Police Command that on no account should any Delta girl child be harassed or arrested because of the way she expresses herself. some pastors confronted me that I frustrated their effort to see that in Delta State our girl child always dress decently. I said no, that they also said that that is why women are being raped in Delta State and Nigeria. I said no. Tell me about the 2-year-old, the 1-year-old, the 8-year-old, 6-year-old that are being molested, that doesn't even have breasts, that have not developed, yet they are raped. Are you not telling me that the minors, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 6-year-old, they were indecently dressed prior to them being, sexually abused? So, I raised that point, and most of the pastors said, oh, it's true. You have a point. So, it has no correlation when you talk about the way you express yourself, the way you dress morally. In South Africa, the Zulu tribe, they have a tradition that the girl child, they are not wearing any top. They just, even the lower part that they wear skirts is transparent. It's their culture. Even Zuma, the former president of South Africa, is always part of the traditional program. So even the United Nations even encourages African indigenous tradition to be upheld, to be protected. So that is why I decided to plait my hair, to still let the Delta State Police Command know that everybody can express themselves the way they want. It's a constitutional provision. It's a fundamental right from the government to the people of Nigeria.
Thank you. It's good that you're talking about something so deep, and it will be so different from the language I wanted us to talk about today. But we have a special guest. Let's address this. Nigerians, for some reasons, we don't know. Many will say, let's be sincere. Do we know where we place our priorities? How can our challenge be moral issues? There's a difference between moral laws. They are not even, they call equity. Sometimes it's only something to say, consider it. The law is the law. Do you understand that there's a difference between law and morality? And a country run on morality is like Nigeria, where you pretend so much in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and the next minute you're committing crime. We don't do that in the UK. In the UK, you do the crime, you go to prison. But you're free to do whatever you want. They don't rape women here. You know why? You don't say prison near you. Women are more, in fact, they don't wear pants. In the summer now, come out, you will see pants 24/7. As you say, your eye day front, you know they will look. Because you know, say, if you look, trouble day, prison day. You don't enforce law with morality. It's the law. See, the problem in Nigeria is those law enforcement agents, they don't have an issue. I wanted to do something on policing. If in Nigeria today, if I come now, I can sit in my car and drive without my license. I won't try it in the UK. But if I sit on my steering, I'm going to go to prison. So I'm going to pay the fine, unless I have a license that I have to produce. But in Nigeria, I don't mind. I can just keep driving and give them 50 naira. That is the problem. Now, instead of addressing our true problem, you're saying our guests dressing indecently. Since when Nigerian women dress indecently? Actually, those robo guests, before they think they want it, no, that's it between your legs. You know, a girl child in Nigeria is taught not to play with it. Here, where they play with it, they are not raped. How can pastors be talking? They are the ones that even go back and even take the advantage of these girls. I don't want to talk about the pastors. But I want to say this. I love the hair you put on. Do you know that black people at some point used to pick up a hairstyle in defiance? They were saying no to what the white man was telling them. And it came from the Jamaicans. And now, no matter what you may look at the Jamaicans, do you know I've been in Europe for some years? The people that gave us the little right we have today, they are the ones who. If not for Jamaicans, Africa would have still been behind, way back. Fly us back. Let me repeat that. If no Jamaicans protest, they were the most stubborn set of slaves, we would have been behind. In fact, you guys will not have independence today. The independence you have came from Marcus Garvey. who shaped the system in America. And I keep giving that story every day. Michael David didn't go on dreadlock, but yet he changed the world. If you go and watch Nkrumah of Ghana, who brought independence to Africa, where was he influenced? By Marcus Garvey. Do we understand where we're coming from? Let me put it this way. I want to use the biggest freedom fighter in Nigeria. Every day I refer to you, Fela Anikulapo Kuti. He studied law, he studied music in England. When he came to Nigeria, you know the kind of music Fela was playing in the beginning. Go and check. He was playing about women, food. Fela, what's the Fela music? Until the team was not working. He traveled to the United States. In the United States, Fela was influenced by people like Marcus Garvey. When he came back, he came to fight for independence we have today. Same with Fela Moda. He said, now the same people that fought for your independence, they are using dreadlock. They said they are the one you are saying that they cannot use dreadlock because you are now a Muslim, you are a Christian. Do you know what is called freedom? Do you know the freedom you have is not free? That people died for it. I mean, Nigerians did not die for freedom. People died for freedom in the West, for you to be free. Do you hear me, Nigerians? Let me repeat this. You guys did not fight for your independence. Don't forget, Nigerians did not fight for independence. All the time you say our founding fathers, they were not even the one that. I stand to be corrected. You know that if Marcus Garvey was coming to form the United States of Africa, now you've divided it. Instead of Nigerians and the rest of Africa to put their head together and become a strong nation and begin to talk with one voice. In the United Nations today, there's no black voice there. No single black nation can make a noise in that UN. Not one. And we are talking to make the gay child, make we come dress down. We cover your head to toe. That's when you are decent. Plan for yourself. You're going to go to heaven. Show me one person that will make heaven in Nigeria. Show me one. By my standard, no one will go to heaven in Nigeria if God will judge us by stupid morality. I never know one. Now, Pastor, who won't go heaven? I never tell us say house they heaven. Which house? Mona, don't make me laugh. Oh. You know, today, my guy, I want us to speak a little bit of pidgin English on this platform. Now,
good morning, Daddy Chris.
It's one of the
good morning,
I was talking. Money, ma.
How are you?
I know that if you want to talk about heaven, you have to start with our pastor.
Go on, baby. Let me keep quiet. Let me just keep quiet because I'm upset when I hear this you guys are doing.
If you want to talk about who will make heaven, if you want to talk about who will make heaven and who will not make heaven, I don't know why you have to include our pastors. I keep saying it. There are still good ones among them, whether we like it or not. There are still good ones that just want to be righteous, that still preach righteousness. The only thing you will tell me is
Mary,
that
a country that is trying to punish girl child for dressing indecently. Wait, Mary, a country where there is so much high level of crime, in fact, you can't even move out of your house at night. The police are there. They're kidnapping you. Their problem is how a guy that will dress indecently.
Is that even what? Is that even?
And Nigerian lawmakers, even Delta State, passed that law.
That same Delta State that NDLEA killed the innocent 2-year-old child that they are still talking about in the Senate to see how they can compensate the family. What did they do to that person that shot that child and made the other one now about to go blind, or if he's not blind already? Isn't that same Delta State? You won't see them saying all these things. If there's a way they can even cover this particular mess, they will do it. But the thing is, just like I said, misplaced priority. Now we have to leave the important ones, right? To now shift the blame towards something else. Just like when the Niger State governor came and said they had to arrest anyone with dreadlocks. Before they started arresting guys with dreadlocks. In the same Niger State that people cannot farm in peace. You want to go to your farm, they eat your crops and kill you, and nothing will happen. And you are busy carrying all your energy to arrest people with dreadlocks. I don't know if you can.
And who are the people killing you, Mary? Who are the people killing you? The people that have been taught Islam in the wrong way. The people killing us are the ones that have been taught Christianity in the wrong way. No, only Islam, no. Both Christianity. They've Christianized you. They've turned your brain that you can't even look at your brother in the face. The question is all this religion even good for you people?
Now
Sorry, guys. You need to
they are
sleep and wake up,
giving
Nigeria.
jobs. They've given them jobs. Once they see any guy with hair,
How can you people be
you
were turned to fight
hair. What they do is they stop you and they accuse you of being a Yahoo boy. The same Yahoo boy that the so-called police are making money from, because it's funny. In fact, everybody's now Yahoo because they make money from them. Okay, I saw something in your
let us thank this guy. See, I'm so proud of you, Asaba, today. I'm proud of this man for protesting. In fact, if I were in Nigeria, the way I would dress now. I came to Nigeria. Those of you don't want to know me, ask them. I came with my hair plaited. At my age, we do it here. It's normal. It's only when I do it in Nigeria.
They'll tell you that you're a Yahoo man, so you come and pay. You come and pay them money. When you pay them, you are free to go. So who is eating the money now? Who pay the money to? He said.
Daddy Chris, I have a fundamental issue.
You don't know me.
Hey.
Before you go talk, engineer, before we hear you talk, I want to see your hair like this guy. Oh, those are the people I want to talk to first today.
Daddy Chris,
he has won the day.
Daddy Chris, I get attachment.
Daddy Chris, but you're not carrying that hair now. Daddy Chris, you're not carrying the hair. So what are you saying? You should also carry his kind of hair now. So the both of you are not carrying the hair.
Tomorrow, you will see my hair tomorrow. I'm coming with my dreadlock tomorrow.
All of us will get dreadlock.
No, at the point in time, you need to tell the system, no.
Daddy Chris, if you carry dreadlock, if you carry dreadlock, I will back
there's a word I use in my movie. Cultural disobedience is a fine way to bring changes to society. This is a cultural disobedience. It's needed for Nigerian state. We need cultural disobedience. This culture of Islam and Christianity that has come to turn our system, it's not that they understand it, because Christianity is good, Islam is good, but they've turned it around. We need to disobey that culture.
Well, however,
cultural disobedience in Nigeria. They get child, they go naked for it. More than going to go there.
Daddy Chris,
it's not the guys, not the fear. If we were naked for road, we don't run.
That's a serious.
Have you not seen the protest where women go naked? People are running.
We have a lot of it here, but the issue is we're looking at the anomalies related to what they pronounced. You see, I had the feeder chair lady. I had the feeder chair lady on one of my programs, and of course, the ministry brought the Ministry of Justice interpretation of the law. The state government, the Nigerian police, are totally out of place in that pronouncement. The choice of what I want to wear is a prerogative, so long as my genitalia are not exposed. It is only when it is exposed that it becomes a problem. But that does not warrant police brutality, military brutality, or a fine of 50 naira.
50,000 naira.
50,000 naira, rather.
Before you go on, let me just tell you one story. Let me tell you one story. What happened in the United States? No, it's a movie. You know what the guy did? No, wait. The guy said he wanted to draw attention. And he wanted to tell make sure not to stop smoking. You know what he did? He now drew no smoking on his genitalia. And he opened it. And he was arrested for indecent exposure. He said, well, he's trying to protest against something. That they should stop smoking. The only place he can write it that will draw the attention is there. So he drew it there. No smoking. And more people were looking at it.
So that is the situation.
Sometimes, this is law. Listen, I'm happy this guy spoke from the point of
view. The person is also a smoker. For him to do that kind of thing,
Nigerians, we need to wake up.
We're looking at all that. We're talking about that. Now, like I said, that I posted on the broadcast yesterday, the labor union are coming out to say they want to protest. What they want to protest about, I don't understand, because we have never trusted their sincerity. They have not protested for so long over insecurity, over this pronouncement in Delta State. We have NGOs, we have labor union. None of them have said anything. We have non-governmental organizations. None of them have said anything about that. Now, the labor at the center. Now, why am I against that kind of protest? The kind of protest that we see our union leaders protest are more of selfish. They have like political protests, dragging attention for financial gratification or attraction. You protest or you make a pronouncement related to that, and you are invited for a meeting with agents of government. And you have given us, I think I've talked about it here, you have asked us to go for 4 or 5 days warning protest. And all of a sudden, that all changes in the evening after your meeting. Until date, nothing has been achieved from whatever collaboration you've had with agents of government. You have not told us for once what you have agreed upon with them behind closed doors. But you think you can use the Nigerian people, the workers, both in the formal and informal sector, to project your political ambition on the trajectory of unionism, looking forward to maybe 2027 or 2031. There's so much injustice in our land here. The girl, policemen have started assaulting some people in Warri, Ughelli, because of a pronouncement that is not yet law. That pronouncement that is legally debasing. There's nowhere constitutionally enshrined that things should be carried out like that. We seem to always want to oppress the girl child. That's where I have an issue. We seem to want to have a travesty of justice and assist them like you.
Thank you. Wobos, you want me this morning in an amazing way. This is what we're doing. We need to wake up. Nigerians, there's one misunderstanding. Mary, you mistakenly said something one day and you didn't understand what you were saying. And I'm not going to go into your quote. Do you know when I speak to my friends in Jamaica, there's one of my friends, a very good lady friend in Antigua and Barbuda. He said, don't mind you people in Chris. You worship your white Jesus. You know what you call them? Worship white Jesus. They tell you Jesus Christ is not white. Have you listened to the Rastafarians you are condemning that come up with this head? Mary, do we even understand? Do you know God? Do we know God? This God we're saying, do we know him? The same God is the same God the Muslim man is talking about. Is the Christian is talking about and they're killing each other. Do you know God? So the one the Master man is talking about is not a good God. They have a way of condemning it. Your pastor will speak one big grammar now. Somebody if you talk for pidgin English, that for answer now. You know why they are able to get us away? They speak a higher English we don't understand. Tell your pastor to speak it in your local language, make it explain that to you. Make it tell you say not be the same organ they talk about so. So when you speak another language, you confuse me. When you talk to me in Yoruba and you tell me about God, is it organ you're talking about or another one? You guys are jokers, man.
The Rastafarians are talking about both the Hindus and other people are talking about. Do they speak pidgin? So I really understand. Don't they use their own tribe? The pastors use the English that they believe people will understand. So why must they use pidgin English?
The pastor,
have you been to the north? Most of these people preach with Hausa. They preach with the language that the people there, the residents there understand. Yes, just like in the Catholic Church. They tell you they have maybe Hausa section, they have Igbo section. It depends. They speak. We understand. You understand? So that is not supposed to even be the problem. Because I know that.
Can I ask one question? I asked a question before you came on the show.
You're always trying to shift it to pastors.
What about the speak?
Problem. They are not.
Okay, wait, Mary. Let me ask one question. Mary, let me ask one question. And I'm going to throw this question to the house. You guys were not here. You and Wobo were not here. I asked, which is the most understandable language to us as a people in Nigeria? Let me give you an example. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Pidgin, and English. Which one is the most understandable to every one of us? Maybe talk to me now. You know what
if I can hear you well, it should be the Pidgin. Yeah, the Pidgin.
Good, thank you. You've answered my question. Why are you not talking to yourself in Pidgin English? Why is the pastor not preaching to you in Pidgin English? Why is President Tinubu not talking to you in Pidgin English? Why is your governor, the street facility guy, not talking to you in Pidgin English?
We're not teaching us in schools is Pidgin English. We're not using Pidgin English to teach us in school.
Okay, that's the question I want to ask again. Why are you not taught in Pidgin English in school? Why are you not taught in Pidgin English?
Why we are not taught in Pidgin English?
Why?
The reason we are not taught The reason we are not taught
That's the same way you cannot appreciate your father's religion. Yeah. The way you don't like preaching English. That's why you can't appreciate the other man culture.
Is pidgin English universally accepted? Is it the normal
So by
English?
who? Who's supposed to accept it? By who?
By the word. By the word. Is it?
Who's supposed to accept it?
Daddy Chris, let's leave this pidgin English matter.
No, don't worry now. Wait. Yeah, is it? Is it? I want to know now. First of all, if it is universally accepted, then I will know what to say.
Huh?
If I go to UN, you are there in the UK. You are there in the UK. You are there in the UK. Have you ever seen any of your lecturers speaking such kind of English? Are you not there to acquire knowledge?
Wait. Do they speak French here?
You go to school there because you believe it's the best. It will give you the best. If you see a school that speaks pidgin English in Nigeria, would you want to put your kid? Would you want to put your kid in such kind of school that if you can be sincere with me that? In fact, I want to put let them open a school that speaks pidgin. Let me enroll my child. If you can enroll your child in such kind of school, then you win. Because I know that you will not do that. So why are we coming to make it look like pidgin is the best?
Me?
How?
I will not.
Okay.
Mary, why will I send my child to? Why is Nigerian people sending their children to French to go and study there? Why are you going to send your child to Japan to go and study?
Even to
why
China.
are they studying in Germany? They have to learn German first before they start to study. Are you not speaking Chinese now? Why is it that the African language is the one you cannot speak?
They make money from it.
Now you are talking now, Mary. Let me talk to Wobok first. Mary, wait. You are. I'm going to
translate China. You're in Nigeria, but I can translate the Chinese language. I will make money from them. I will make you a lot of money. You go to Japan. Why won't you learn Japan? How can you communicate with them? There's no way you can communicate with them. That's the truth. So tell me which people speak pidgin, and so that we can go and learn and make money from it. Let me know.
No, I have a friend on the platform who is going to ask you a question. I don't know why. He asked you, Mary, the question, have you seen President Putin speaking English?
Oh, TV network.
The Russian president, does he speak English?
No.
No, when I talk, you guys don't understand me. Sometimes
he speaks what all of them can understand. We don't understand English in Nigeria. No, Tinubu should come and speak Yoruba. Let me know if you and I
Mary, you will forget this English and pidgin English matter. Let's tackle issues. Please,
it's an issue.
Is that
English
we are tackling. The language is in the beginning.
That if you are not tackling religion, Christianity and Islam, you are tackling pidgin English as a lingua franca. The problems when we take for this our country plenty. You are comfortable in London. Let's discuss our problems more and chart a way forward. Then we chart a way forward.
You see, the problem.
And religion,
okay, let me talk to Wobek first. Let me talk to Wobos. You guys won't let me talk to Wobos before I leave.
You are not
give me 1 minute to
now.
Wobos. I will leave now.
Oh, so you will leave.
No, I want to talk to him.
You don't want to
leave. You must stay.
No, Mary, I have a meeting. I will go with you guys. I want to ask Wobos something. You guys have been emotional.
Okay.
When I talk here, Wobos, people go into defending Christianity, defending Islam. They want that the Christ to die. That's not me. I just stand. I talk from a rational point of view, and that is the education we're talking about. To be educated is not ability to speak English. That's why I intentionally speak pidgin. You hear me speak pidgin? Sometimes I go speak my language, join them. If you don't, go and learn it. You know what? Let me tell you this. I don't want to go into that. But why are you answering even Mary? Why Mary the best name? Your name now, Obianuju. You're not sweet rich. Now Mary Oyibo name, Mariam.
If I don't answer Obianuju, you know that is my name. Engineer, now you see what I'm saying. If I did not tell you, if I did not include it in my name, that Chris, how will you know that is my name? If you think I don't like it. If Obianuju was not included in my name, will you know? In fact, my son name is my tribal name.
Now when you write a employment letter, now say Amo. You never introduce yourself when they say you be Obianuju. Now shameful name for you. If boy call you now, you no go ever give her that name.
Engineer.
My name is
employment letter. Should I carry all the name and come and put on the show?
Sometimes it's a mentality issue. No, it's not your fault. I know. The day they go back, the day when they baptize you, Mary, you don't let me talk.
You know what talk now.
The day they baptize you, they change your name. No, Mary, not let me talk. My guy, let's talk about the discrimination in Nigeria. There are many. What I want to say, let's explore the legal aspect of it. What are the legal provisions that actually stop us from discriminating a woman, a girl child in Nigeria? Do we have such laws? And those of you, now that I see you raising that enslaving, I saw something on your t-shirt. Could you show us, Wobos? Because this guy is a complete package. Wobos, can I see your t-shirt? There's something written on your t-shirt. Okay. Enlightened slaves of Delta State. Please talk us through that. Talk us through that, young man. What is that? What is that all about? This guy, I saw Wobos by the telling us the road that was made. He was there showing us all the loopholes in the road, and I was saying, Jesus, do they see you? Why have they not killed him? Have they been able to kill him? They don't. They know the truth is he's not saying things out of point. He's not even fighting. He's using the instrument of the law. Have you listened to him this morning? He quoted the section of the law that says this is interpreted wrongly. Now, please tell us about that thing you wear first, because this girl child matter. Me and I not go agree completely, because I still believe that the girl child, the African will not be still the best, and there's a contradiction in it. Muslims say that when the breast come out, now it be mature person. I don't know Urobo interpretation. English saying at 16 years, 19 mature. All these are subject to interpretation. What is our own interpretation of it? That's an issue of another day. But do we protect the girl child in Nigeria? Do we have to reach out for the protection of our women?
Okay. Can I go on?
I wish I can stay in. Yes, please. We're waiting for you.
Okay. You see, the description here is the enlightened slave of Delta States. Now, if you watch the movie called Spartacus, you will find out that Spartacus was a slave, but he was an enlightened slave. And when you have a slave that is enlightened, it's a problem for the society, because that slave is going to educate and enlighten other slaves, and eventually they are going to advocate for their freedom. That was the story of Spartacus. He was a free man who became a slave, an enlightened slave, not just a slave, and he incited other slaves, and they fought for their freedom, and they got their freedom at last. So that's why I'm drawing inspiration from there to still inspire my people here in Delta State and in Nigeria, to let them know that yes, I could be seen as a slave here in Nigeria, because of the elites are oppressing our people, because we have leadership crisis in Nigeria, because our leaders have failed us over and over. Our leaders, these were our leaders that enjoyed during their time. They enjoyed free education. They enjoyed sponsorship from the government for them to travel to other parts of the world to get educated and come back to be employed by the federal and state government. But today, these same persons that enjoyed free education are making life unbearable for the youth. The youth in Nigeria are now driven into criminality. The primary aim of government is the welfare and security of its citizens. But if you take a look at it, you will find out that the government doesn't have a welfare system for our youth. The government doesn't have a security plan for our youth. In fact, security is not a good business. Insecurity is not a good business in Nigeria. Our military are given disbursed 100 billion naira every month on a monthly basis since Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president. Yet there is no impact. Few days ago, the military base in Borno State was attacked early hours of the day. You still have many places, even in Anambra State, few days ago, 4 gunmen came out at Ekulobia, broad daylight, unchallenged by the police. They were shooting sporadically. Unchallenged, I think 4 people lost their lives. 4 people lost their lives. So you see that our government, they have failed us. They are not interested in us. They have no plans for us. 2 years into office, they are all campaigning for 2027. As against upholding their mandate, their social contracts that they used in campaigning to deceive the people that they were going to ensure that they provide solution to their problem. Because government is all about solving problems. Government is expected to solve problems for the people, but today the kind of government we operate in Nigeria is a government that doesn't care about our people. It's all about the elite. It's all about their selfish interests. They don't care about our people. They are, look, in fact, this current administration of APC, since 2015, they always look for means to inflict pains on the common Nigerian man. They always look for means to frustrate the average Nigerian man. There was a time when this cryptocurrency came. The youth stopped, most of 70% of the youth slowed down from engaging in fraud, in scamming foreigners. They started learning how to trade in forex. They started making money from forex legitimately. What did Godwin Emefiele do? The then CBN governor, he banned cryptocurrency, and the youth all came back into what they left. So you see that this government, they look for means of frustrating our people. Or is it in agriculture? Okay, President Buhari banned the importation of corn in Nigeria. They said that we should grow our corn locally. The CBN were to fund this program. What now happened? The staffs of CBN, they hijacked it. These are staffs that were never farmers, they never had land, they only have electronic land inside the computer that they manipulate to exploit government funds that was supposed to be disbursed to our local farmers. So you see that it is good that we start educating our people, we start enlightening our people, because our government don't care. They are not interested in educating our people through the National Orientation Agency, through the State Bureau for Orientation. These are agencies that has the mandate to educate the Nigerian people. But the government always ensure year in, year out that these agencies are underfunded.
What is the fundamental problems? We're looking critically at issues relating to bad governance and its policies. Now, your advocacy is majorly for the youth, and of course, the fighting crime and criminality through your kind
good
of
governance.
Good governance, and that is what we're facing.
Dividend of democracy.
What can you say about the dividends of democracy in the last 2 years in Delta State and Nigeria? Because the people, especially in Nigeria, as a broader picture, but Delta State restrictively, because the people seem to be detached from society. I saw a social media post recently. They say artisans endorse Oborowori for 2027. We're in 2025, 2 years late. Artisans, I don't know where they gave them shirts from. I don't know where the collection of those artisans. We have seen so many consolidations, support groups coming out. I think the people are still part of the problem. The people you are calling slaves. How do we interface on both sides?
You know, due to hunger, due to stomach infrastructure, you see that our people are living in bondage. If you remember Joseph Stalin, he said something that he brought his generals together. He now brought corn. He started throwing, he now brought the chicken. He now pulled out the feathers of the chicken. The chicken was bleeding. He left the chicken left. He brought out corn, started throwing the seed for the chicken. The chicken started eating till the chicken came back to him. He now told his military generals that this is how you treat the masses. You starve them. You make sure that they don't get financial freedom. That is how our government operates. They make sure that there is no genuine program that will lift the people up from poverty. What you are seeing now, what you experienced, is what we call Stockholm syndrome. When people are in love with their punishers, with those that put them in the condition they are suffering from, that is called Stockholm syndrome. And it happens in economies that have no welfare system. If you look at United States, look at UK, look at Australia, crime there is minimal. Unlike what we see here in Nigeria. You can't hear that in UK, their farmers, or in Texas, went to farm and a particular tribe, maybe American Indians, Red Indians, slaughtered them. You can't hear that. But in Nigeria, you will hear that back to back. And the government will not protect them. The government even said that their cow is more sacred than the life of a human. That is the kind of system we find ourselves. And like you rightly said, our people are still our problem. It's called poor man against poor man, poor against the poor. That is what the crisis we are also having in Nigeria. You will now go and advocate that this road project was poorly constructed, that there is engineering malpractice in this construction. A road was supposed to have a lifespan of 18 to 25 years. I am a structural engineer. I did my master's in highway and transportation engineering at University of Benin. My second degree was civil to structural engineering at Ambosali University, Eboma, Edo State. So now I am talking from an informed position as a professional. That is the lifespan of a road. But if you check most of the roads we have today, less than 1 month, less than 2-3 months, the roads have eroded. They will tell you that they were supposed to make provision for drainage on both sides of the street. This engineering construction company, they will just dig or construct just like one NEPA post, not more than 100 feet on both sides. Or you understand? Just so that when the government wants to commission it, it will now look as if the road has drainage on both sides of the road, whereas it's just 100 feet into the street. So you see that we have crisis of poor man against poor man.
Talking about crisis of poor against the poor. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, the Nigerian Labour Congress have come out to say they want to organize a protest against the government. And their reasons are not new to us, but what has been the impact? And do you think that that there's relevance in that so-called protest that they are projecting, or is it for their own selfish interest?
Yes, insecurity is a challenge in Nigeria.
It has been.
But the fact remains that the NLC came late to the table, because we have crisis of not less than 3,000 persons lost their lives at Benue State when Autumn was still the governor. We have not less than 1,500 communities that are now ghost communities in the north, Plateau, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto.
Nigeria.
You know, look, the fact remains that NSC never one day put out a press release in solidarity with the people that lost their lives.
Exactly.
Take note that a few months ago, Ajero, the NSC chairman in Nigeria, the president, he was attacked, he was molested, and you see him on bandage and his eyes covered, that he was, beating stupor at Imo State, Owerri, where he accused the governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma, that he was one that conspired for that assault on him. And you also are not aware that few months ago, his daughter got married. Hope Uzodinma was in that marriage. They even took selfies together. That will let you know that the NLC is already compromised. The leadership of NLC is compromised. Once they say that they don't have money or their money is down, they'll just say, oh boy, we'll just talk about this thing. They'll just bring up an idea. Okay, all the protests, all the frustration that they have conspired with the federal government and state government against the Nigerian people, that they want to protest, that they want to go on strike, what is the result? What is the outcome? What have the Nigerian people benefited? Was it people oriented? Was it the result oriented? Was it strategic? How many times have you seen the NSC engaging with civil society and NGOs to project a ranger policy? I'm talking about a farmer header ranger policy that will set up a security architecture that will be protecting the farmers and the herders inside the forest in the ungoverned region. Have you heard that they are working with a senator to sponsor any bill? Have you heard that the anti-grazing law in Delta State that the House of Assembly came together to put up? Have you heard that the NSC chairman in Delta State is advocating that the anti-grazing law should be enforced? Did you ever heard the NSC chairman challenging the misinterpretation of the indecent dressing in Delta State? But you will see them coming out because they want to cash out from the federal government. Dollars, not even naira. Just take note that it's dollars that they usually share. Each time that they come out to say they want to strike, look, I expect the NSC leadership to engage with civil societies, to engage with NGOs, to engage with think tanks, to engage with experienced Nigerians towards putting up a policy. We can even send this team abroad to go and understudy other climes, how they got it right. The NSC will not do that. They will not fund that. Are you not aware that on a monthly basis, civil servants get their housing allowance like deducted from their salary?
But no.
Have you heard after 35 years that the federal government or state government hand over any mortgage property to them?
Not at all.
Has the NSC ever advocated for that? So have you ever heard that on a monthly basis, there's what the civil servant pay as you earn, pay? Now, these deductions, look, in other climes, when the government deducts money from the salary of their workers, their civil servants, by the end of the year, there's what we call tax refund. The government now refund you the monies that were deducted from the worker's salary that were not implemented in the public interest. They will credit it back to you, take your money back. So, have you heard that the NSC in Nigeria advocated that those money that there must be tax refund in Nigeria, that those tax that the people pay that were not used for public interest should be refunded back to the masses? Have you ever heard that?
What? Listen, you are talking right now. We're looking at so much on the part of governance being faulted, and of course, in non-governmental organizations, and of course, advocacy groups. How credible? Because we have instances, the same issues we are relating with labor unions is common with some advocacy groups who use the sensibilities and emotions of Nigerians and the situation they are facing to create a template for self-aggrandizement. What has advocates like you done to sift the shaft from the brown? Because in all associations and societies, you always have the bad eggs, and there are some that are bringing such kind of advocacies to bad light in terms of credibility and all that. And that is why sometimes people hardly take them serious, because it's business for some, but it's not business as usual for others. How do we get it right in terms of doing what is right to truly foster the kind of vision you're talking about right now?
You see, the way we have good pastors, we have corrupt pastors. The way we have good prophets, we have bad prophets in the Bible.
Yeah.
The way we have good activists, we have corrupt activists. I have been a victim here in Delta State. If you can recall, I advocated against NSAS in Delta State. I was sued to court by the human rights community, civil society community in Delta State, alongside NGOs. They sued me to court that I campaigned against the NSAS. I campaigned against the NSAS because I knew that was not the solution to solve the Nigerian corrupt practice in the police sector. Today, what is the outcome? Did anything change? Is it not even worse? I knew that was not the way to tackle the corrupt practices going on in the police. I've always, I also advocated against end bad governance, end hunger, end bad governance 2.0. What did they do? They made a lot of misinformation against me, publication, but I did not reply them. You know, when somebody posts something against you, many a times that publication or those publications will not give momentum if you decide to neglect them. Because the fact remains that you cannot kill or bury the truth. Jesus Christ, they buried him. After 3 days, he rose. And that is, I believe. I believe that the fallen shall rise again. I've made my own contributions in this Delta State and in Nigeria. I have done a lot of advocacy. Of you can testify that yes, even recently I resigned from my position in the government of Delta State as the SSA of civil society and NGOs, the first in Africa. That was history in the world. No, there is no government appointee that is on the on the top of the food echelon in government, because I happen to be someone that is close to the who is who when you talk about government. I'm very close to the previous governor. I'm very close to the current governor. But yet, I was bold enough to say, no, enough is enough. We should focus more on good governance. We should focus more on dividend of democracy. We should focus more on security of our people, because the primary aim of government is the welfare and security of our people, as against focusing on politics of 2027, that many of them will not be alive. I'm not God, but I know that many of them will not see 2027 that they are advocating for currently. Instead of them, many of them, some of them, you know, that is it. People will always go. People, he said, look.
When you say many of them, it's like
okay, some of them. Let me rephrase it. Some of them will not live to see that 2027. But my goal is, my vision is that no matter how long, even if you don't live long, even if you look, service to humanity is the best work of life. We should always focus on engaging in activities that will benefit our people. We should always engage in activities that, if you are no longer here today, people will say, if this man was around, he would have advocated for us. As against people clapping that, yes, when Abacha died, I was in secondary school. Do you know that we were very happy that Abacha died?
Everybody was happy.
Do you know the dance that we were dancing? Because of what? Abacha was seen as a demon. Abacha was seen as someone that kept Nigerians in bondage. So the fact remains that always endeavor when you are in power, because power is transient. You are not going to be there forever. Whenever you are there, try and make impact. Whether you are a governor, whether you are a leader in a club, whether you are a leader in your church, your choir group, always touch lives, always make impact. It must not be a financial impact. Whatever. It can be a moral impact.
Okay.
You get my point?
I get your point.
Just make sure as a leader, you make impact.
Yes, Mary, let's take a break. I'll come back for paper review. I know you have one or two questions, but however, we shall take a break and come back paper review very briefly, please. Stay tuned.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. It's coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
Yeah, Mary, it's good to have you. Let's flow. You probably want to ask one or two questions, then if not, then paper review. I can see the way you're smiling. You're really enjoying Abuja. Abuja is peaceful.
I'm not smiling. It's really what he's saying is the truth. Well, I just have one question to ask. Now it looks like we're talking about Delta State, right? Okay. Why does it look like the people of Delta State are scared to speak out, to say the truth? Because they make it look like the governance in that state is perfect, like they're all enjoying it. Because the last time I was in Asaba, I saw the way they were harassing one lady on the road. I think I've seen it like 2-3 times. It's like a normal thing for them. When you're dressed and you come out, they start to insult you, call you sorts of names, making you look like you're a slut and all of that. But that's by the way. Now I'm talking about the governance in Delta State. That's my question. Why do you think the people are not speaking out? Because I know that it is not all of them that are gaining from it, regardless of how they want to paint it to make it look like it's a perfect governance for them. Why are the people scared to speak? Is it that when they speak, they'll come and pick them from their houses? Is there anything that will happen to them? I just want to know. Thank you.
The fact is, you are misinformed. In Nigeria, there is no state in Nigeria that has human rights activists that are bold, that speak out more than Delta State. We are the number one in Nigeria. You cannot compare us to Port Harcourt. In fact, we are the ones that go to other states to advocate for them, except maybe you are not in the media space. I mean, when you talk about activists that are hot, that are always on the news, you talk about Delta State activists. Whether is it Warri, is it Asaba, is it Kwale? Look, you heard about the Ndukwa Light Up Ndukwa protest. Did you know you heard about it? There's a lot going on. We do a lot, except maybe we do not have that information. But the moment we have it, we deal with it.
I'm sure our question is centered on not probably about human rights activists.
I'm not talking about activists. If you're getting it wrong.
You're getting it wrong. He's asking, say, why is it that some Deltans come to say the governor is doing well? She's talking about psychophants. Why are they?
I saw a video of, I think he misunderstood the question. Sorry, let me come again.
Yes,
Engineer, I saw a video of somebody saying that their governor is the best. He's the kind of person that when he eats, you eat. You understand? So they project this kind of perfect kind of governance. I talk about governance. I'm not talking about activists. I think I saw when he even went to the government house to complain. He was there. He was not scared. There are people that are not scared are coming out, but there are people that are always projecting it, making it look like it's a perfect governance for them. So that's what I'm asking that. Why is it that, okay, maybe I should say, why is it that some of them are scared? Why are they not saying the wrong things that are happening in the states?
You know, stomach infrastructure is a national issue in Nigeria. You will always have people like that in the society. And you always have people like us in the society. That footage that you saw, I was the one that told Harrison to make that footage. I was the one that told him to make sure that he video it and send me the clip. I was the one that put it online. I was the one that even told him to resign after I resigned. 30 minutes later, he resigned. So we are making efforts on our own. And like I said, people like that will always exist. We have what we call Stockholm Syndrome. When people are in love with those that are the source of their problem, the cause of their problem, they are everywhere. As far as we have a government that is not interested in the welfare of the masses, I'm talking about monthly benefits of each citizen. Like we see in UK, in Germany, if you travel out, you have kids in Germany, on a monthly basis, the government of Germany, they pay you money for your children in euros. Depending on how many kids you have, they still give you your own welfare. So the tendency for you to commit crime or to go about praising the government there is low, because it's a normal thing, it's a way of life.
Do you need to do you have to praise them for a responsibility?
No, but you don't have to praise them. But sometimes you acknowledge people that are doing well. So encourage them. Even in USA, Trump, MAGA, they saw it that Trump was going to make it better. You saw the way they promoted Trump. You saw the way they all came out for Trump, and it became too big to rig. That was how Trump won this last election. And 2027 is going to be like that.
Wait, that is one. But however, too, is it commissioning of road that's supposed to be a responsibility? They will hold fanfare, they will invite DJ, they will canopy, they will hold party because they are commissioning a road. They use your money.
It's a wrong practice.
I'm coming. Then
that aspect is a wrong practice.
But there are another practice. Have you travel out to the
I don't even know who introduced that.
I wonder. Culture. No, look at another one. That all the billboards that a governor is celebrating or a senator is celebrating, all the billboards in the town, we just, happy birthday. You see sycophants, political sycophants everywhere projecting something that is not
primitive accumulation of wealth.
Yeah, so those are the things that I really have an issue about.
You see one of governor's former aide or SSA or SA,
yes,
his birthday is forthcoming. You see one particular group, they'll go and install a big board. Happy birthday to you. Just because of
stomach. It consume a lot, though. It consume a lot of
yes.
At times, the supervision ministry will even budget money.
The reason I asked the question I asked is, at first I was thinking that the quiz was wrong. I'm not saying it's even right. And there used to be time that every time when he comes on the show, he starts to complain about the Delta State governor. And you see a lot of people coming to tackle him that the governor is the best. In fact, he should not even come to that side. So on my own, I felt like, okay, the people of Delta State likes this man. So it means he's doing well for them. And you see them saying he built one, he commissioned one road in the community, he's fixing roads. So you will see them arguing on the show. They're making it look like he's wrong, especially on his Robo show. He dare not talk about the governor. People will tackle him. That's why I asked, why is it that the people make it look like it's so good? But you see, on the other part, some people are condemning it. You understand? Some people are condemning it. Why the main people of Delta State make it look like the man is good? And what has he been doing? According to them, he has been fixing roads. But there are a lot of jobless people still in that state. So why is it like that? A lot of people don't have jobs. In fact, it's looking like Delta State is a state whereby most of the things that give young girls and boys jobs are hotels. Can't be doing hotel job. Hotel jobs are most of the means where they succeed. They only succeed through hotel jobs. How much do hotel job pay you? You understand? I think they need to understand that they deserve something better. And roads should not be something we should be celebrating. Not in the states where I'm not even talking about Delta State alone, where we have a lot of insecurity issues. A lot of insecurity issues. People are not comfortable. I wouldn't even say it's a livable place, and we are coming to celebrate roads. Is that not misplaced priority? It's a misplaced priority.
Can't you see the one going on in FCT weekend? Coming with live band, coming
to sing his praise.
Yes,
to sing his praise.
You see,
that's Wike's girlfriend.
Yeah.
To sing the praise. You can. That's why she, as you mentioned, Wike.
My dear, I'm coming to. I'm not in Abuja. For your information, I'm going to be exposing the vulnerability in FCT. By God's grace, next month I'm going to kick off. The vulnerability.
Are you adding my minister to it? Are you adding my minister to it? Are you going to add my minister to what you want to do?
He is the minister. He's going to learn new things from next month. I'm going to start pointing at where people are not looking at in the FCT. Don't worry.
But I really when you come, you see that he's working. When you come, you see. Okay, say you're in Abuja. He's working. At least, please, when you're pointing out, point at the things he has done.
It's working.
That is how Sheriff is still working.
That's what they told you to. Sheriff is working. So probably you heard from Sheriff's friend, or the governor's friend, or the governor's. But you, that is.
No, but he has changed a lot of things. Yeah, I'm not saying he's doing everything.
He that stays in glass houses do not throw stone. He that stays in glass houses do not throw stone.
The engineer, he said he's coming to Abuja. So when he comes, he will see what I'm saying.
He came back from Abuja the day before yesterday. He's going back.
Tomorrow I'll be in Abuja. My flight is 8:30 in the morning.
Yes, let's go to paper review, because if we continue like this, your emotions could be stopped.
This particular system, I can't create slides on this system.
And there's no problem. Let me go ahead. If Lim can be tackling it from this end, I'm going to be starting with the big one there. Of course, on the Punch newspaper, they said governors get 4.5 trillion local government funds 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. And the writer there goes on to say, that's a big one. Local governments here to open CBN accounts. Labour blames governors, AGF for delay. Falana Sands accused governors, federal government. I mean, look at it. Governors get 4.5 trillion local government funds, not governors' funds. Why is it that the governors are getting it, not the local government? After Supreme Court judgment.
And the fact remains that, yes, there's Supreme Court judgment, but yes, there is politics.
Okay.
This is the politics of government. This is politics. Politics will always be politics. The law will always be there, but political interest will always override the law.
Judicial interest.
Look, you all saw what played during the past election. You know, Nigerians were not happy with the court judgments.
Of course.
But politics came to
play. What happened in Edo State yesterday?
Politics came to play. The Supreme Court judgment, Ogbebolo, the current governor of Edo State, the Supreme Court upheld that he won. Even when there was enough evidence that...
More than enough.
You know? So, politics is politics. And that is why everybody must be interested in politics. That's why, look, if you know the persecution I faced, because I'm a socio-political activist, because I'm a member of PDP till date, because I have this understanding that every activist must be involved in politics. But you see, activists from Edo State, they are all leftists. They are extremists. Like, they don't want to have anything to do with politics. But funny enough, it's still this politics that controls the society. Everything about the society is politics. Whether you come to the church, you want to be appointed as a bishop, it's politics. Whether you are an NTA news or a journalist, it's politics. But even in your family, your mother and father will still play politics. There are some families, if you want to get something from the man, you must go through the wife. If you go to the man, he will always share it with the wife. The wife will say, no, I don't like that man, don't give him one. You know, that is life. Animals, we are all social animals. And that social politics will always reflect in all sectors. Look at this administration of APC since 2015 to date. They are not interested in accountability. If it's a government that is interested in accountability, look at China. If you are given a road construction and you fail to give them quality road, you are going to be sentenced to death by hanging. There's accountability in the Asian tiger, the Thailand, the Vietnam, Korea. The Japan, Korea, North Korea. Look, in South Korea, they remove their president back to back. They send their presidents to prison. Are you not aware?
Of course.
They always send the other female president that left, the last female president. Are you not aware that because she influenced some contracts to her cousins from Samsung, the information leaked, she was sent to prison? President. But in Nigeria, they will celebrate the president. Look at what our current president's son is doing, Sheyi Tinubu. Is he not the one that is playing the role of the vice president? That the vice president is now seen as a ghost worker in Aso Rock. So politics is politics. Yes, there is a Supreme Court judgment that local government chairmen now have autonomy, but you will still see the local government chairman going to the governor to say, sir, you are our leader. You are the one that will take
out. We see it every day.
Even if they credit the money into their local government account, so they are going to withdraw the money and hand it over to the governor. In the name of politics, in the name of loyalty
and continuity
to the governor and to the party, just because they have interest to be retained or to come back for a second term.
Let's move on. As we're looking at the papers, let me see if we still have anything to talk about in the Punch newspaper. We've talked about we talked about the Supreme Court judgment. Yes, Ighodaro actually won. We've related the two stories. Yeah, there was one story that really made me very happy yesterday. I think it's the front page of Daily Times. I was excited. At this day, a couple of years ago, I think a year or two ago, the NDLEA team came to Asaba, Okpanam precisely, to effect an arrest in Okpanam. And in the process of trying to effect arrest, there was an accidental discharge, and a certain 2-year-old boy was killed. The brother was injured, and they chased people, followed the NDLEA, they ran away, but they followed them. They wrote a petition. Nothing has come out of it. But yesterday, the National Assembly, the Senate precisely, was quite impressed with the decision they took, compelling that. My shock here was that they said, quoting the speakers, that the NDLEA has not shown any concern to the family of the deceased, and they are compelling that the federal government now should pay the sum of 200 million to the family of the deceased and the boy that lost his eye, that is still being treated, the brother to that young boy that was killed. I think that is commendable. You were part of the people.
But I slowed down.
So what?
I was part of the people that stood up for the family. But at some point, you know, one thing I noticed in activism, my years of activism, you might be advocating for a community. Maybe they have oil spillage or they have issues, you know, that government is shortchanging them, or the oil company is shortchanging them. And all of a sudden, when there is now progress, that the government or the company now pays them money, and it's expected that they have the duty of care to take care of your expenses that you use to facilitate advocating for them. Probably you didn't collect mobilization fee, consultation fee like activists usually do. You know, you will see that their character will change. They will stop taking your calls. They will start avoiding you. You know, so at some point, my colleague that continued even when I stopped told me that when that's Harrison Gwamnishu, at some point, the family of the child, the parents of the child, started behaving funny. They stopped taking calls. You understand? So he has to step aside. That is how it's done. A girl child will be raped. The family will run to you to advocate. You will spend your money to pay for the girl's hospital, at police hospital clinic, or if you go to a specialist hospital, the state government now funds tests for any girl that is raped in Delta State. It's free at a specialist hospital. But if you are going to police hospital, probably because of jurisdiction, closeness to where it occurred, the incident occurred, you have to pay money, good money. Eventually, by the time you finish doing this matter, and the matter is now going well, that the rapist will not be prosecuted at the law court, you will see that the rapist will now go and negotiate with the father or mother of the girl child.
Yes,
he can give them 5 million, 10 million, 2 million. It depends on how he weighs them, or it depends on the capacity of the rapist. As soon as they credit the family of the girl child that was raped, you will see that the family will stop taking your cause, you, the human rights that gave them justice, that they could not boldly stand to advocate for.
That's normal, but
you get my point.
I get your point.
So
it's been happening.
So what I'm saying now is, yes, you are right, but at least I've given you the perspective.
Yes, that's the perspective.
Position.
And you know, I have given you this perspective.
Nigerians always change their mind. You will think they are with you, but at some point, once money exchange hand, they will change it. Some will even warn you to stop contacting them.
Not at that
moment.
The decision of the Senate.
If there is a case that both of us did at some point with one activist.
Yes.
And this was what happened.
Yeah,
the activist went behind both of us. This was like 7 years ago.
Yes.
Behind us to collect money from the rapist.
I mean, it was shocking to me. It was shocking. He collected money. It wasn't following up again. It became invasive. We don't want to mention this, but that's the way things.
But that's how they behave.
That's how they behave. It became invasive. The case started. What happened until one of the police officers
accused both of us?
Yes,
that we collected money. That was when the truth came.
That's when the truth came out, and we found out that the person collected so much money. The family settled him. They asked him that he should tell the police to withdraw it from court. So how do we fight this kind of fight? Very few people have the kind of mindset that we have to project this kind of thing, but we'll continue. Because, I mean, when you have a passion for something, Victor, the negativity of how people handle issues cannot take you away. I've been following up some of your advocacy in Abuja, and of course, what you have been doing. And I know, yes, the strength of character determines the content of a personality, and that is what we talk about. That people can be bought for peanuts because they are hungry, because they've been pauperized, they've been made to be hungry. You can tackle that person that made you hungry, and the person will return all that they have stolen to you. That's what advocacy is all about. We have a Nigeria that is not advocating for the downtrodden and the less privileged. Like all you have said now, the society has its own issues. Like somebody, you are helping somebody, they settle you behind, leave that person. They forget
they'll turn against you. Go to state CID. You see
a lot of cases.
See a lot of cases like that.
Man, let's round up this show. Let's take one last one. And of course, that is the emerging boom. We're looking at the Guardian. Elderly care. They say emerging boom in home services. Costly substitute for ailing hospitals. We are talking about a lot of people now looking at issues of instead of carrying their elderly ones to the hospital, they will invite a nurse to come and stay at home because they no longer trust the healthcare system. Why do you think who is to blame?
It's the government. Because if the government takes good care of our health workers will not be offering private services. They will tell you to bring your parents to the hospital because they need look, salary in Nigeria is not enough. In Nigeria, even a pharmaceutical store, you will see them selling sachet water, recharge card. Look, they say they never place the what masquerade. If you wrong, go here, you wrong, go here. If you wrong, go here, you wrong, go here. That is where we find ourselves in Nigeria. There is no Nigerian that wants to live a sustainable life that will focus on one particular business.
Otherwise, you go home.
This our media company now. If you check the owner of this our media company, there are other businesses that is still involved himself in. But if you should travel to other climes, you will see that if you are a cameraman, you are a cameraman. If you are a plumber, you are a plumber. If you are a builder, you are a builder. But in Nigeria, you can be a builder, you be a mechanic, you be a wheelbarrow pusher, you be a
all to make
just to make. So the nurses, I have a lot of nurses that even at FCT Abuja National Hospital, a lot of them even go as far as going to New York, going to UK. Like they can go there and stay 2 weeks just to take care of an elderly person of an elite Nigerian that will facilitate such activities. You understand?
Okay. Nice one, very much. Finally, the issue of insecurity is everywhere, every day. Benue State again. They said security operatives killed, others missing in fresh Benue attack. What is happening in Benue, in Kogi, in Plateau, and the government doesn't seem to have a solution?
Because the government is involved in what is going on there.
The government is
any activists bring it up on the media and they will not show concern. But anyone that they did not bring up on the media, they wave it out. You understand?
No, the fact remains that
like nothing happened.
The fact remains that our government has failed our security agents. Our government ought to provide bulletproof vests, armored vehicles, drones, mostly AI-powered drones that are AI-powered on their own. It can detect through this AI-powered CCTV camera. The drone automatically on its own will just pick up and go and get and go and make arrests, because these AI drones can make arrests. If it sees that maybe the camera discover that a crime is going on, the drone flies to that place. It is armed drone. It can shoot. It has grenade. It can launch. You get me? So the government should ensure that there is provision for these gadgets that could be used to tackle insecurity.
The same government,
but the government is not interested.
The same government you and I claim.
They will tell you that it's expensive. They will tell you that they cannot go to China. They will bring every excuses. Look, recently, since we resigned, myself and Arisling Kwamnishu, the government of Delta State stepped up their game in insecurity because of the way we tackled them, and we had to resign, sacrifice our appointment for the people of Delta State. Since April this year, if you notice, the kidnapping reduced. Have you noticed?
It reduced.
And the police here in Delta State, they have been going after these kidnappers in the ungoverned region. They have made not less than 100 arrests. Look, this is a confidential matter. And not most of them are from either Borno State or Niger Republic, interviewing them. But the police no longer make content with it and put it on the public domain, except you are an insider like myself. I usually get those information, but we are advised not to share it because investigation is still ongoing, because some of them usually escape. Now they will use those ones that they caught to trace and track those other ones that escaped, because by the time you upload, those ones that escape will now know, like will now maybe elope and move further away that the government might not be able to reach out to them. So that's why they are not publicizing it. But if you take note, Delta State insecurity is now reduced. Unlike before that, every day they must kidnap. Every day. It was not like a business. Mind you, our people here in Delta State are working with these Fulanis. They conspire with them to kidnap our people, and they collect money and share money. In fact, there was a phone that we tracked that we used to pay 20 million naira at Benin. They kidnapped them from Puluku and Nacha South. We paid ransom of 20 million at Edo State. Then we tracked the number that they used to communicate to us. Guess what? The phone belonged to a young man in Opanam just beside Asaba. But guess what? The young man has mental problem. The whole community said that he has been he has mental health issues since when he was a child. Now, meaning that somebody that was close to him collected the phone. They used it for that operation and returned it to him. And you know that we cannot prosecute him because of his mental health issue. So that goes to tell you that our people are deeply involved. And the good news also is that our traditional institutions, our royal fathers, are now employing our traditional means to hold them accountable, our people accountable, by laying courses, by bringing out the elderly women. They are going to pray against, you know what I'm talking about. They are going to invoke the gods of the lands to hold any of our people accountable that conspires with these Fulanis, alleged Fulanis, that are frustrating our people in the farms, that are going about kidnapping our people for ransom.
All right. It's been a very wonderful morning. Of course, Mary, I really want to appreciate your presence on this program that you gave. You're still with us. I want to appreciate you. Arise and shine. This morning has been very, very incisive. One Box, Victor OJ, aka One Box. I must appreciate you for coming. And of course, it's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And to all our viewers, listeners, wherever you're watching in the world, I want to say a very wonderful morning. You have a blessed day ahead. Good morning.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. It's coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone.